Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain. What is up, my crypto fam? Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're trying to bring you some of the most important market news, as well as TA that actually sets you up for tomorrow. But I don't do this show alone. I'm going to bring up the man, the myth, the legend. He is back from his world tour, FB White. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to be back, man. TradeFly. I seen you having a ball over the weekend, man. You made me kind of jealous, man, but good to see you.
I was getting after it, man. I was the whole name of the game for me going out there was networking, and I think I accomplished the mission. So I was out there, rubbing shoulders with all the right people, hopefully trying to set some things up, get into some other shows, like, hey, trying to work out some collabs, just it's part of the game, right? It's part of the game. And it was cool, man. And just the conference itself was awesome. Sitting there, hearing what a couple people had to say, but main thing was networking. So it's cool, man. Vegas though,
True.
you better be there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Vegas. I'm in Vegas. I don't know if I can stay a week, but I don't want to lose all my money, but I'm there.
You don't have to stay a week. I think it's only like 3 days. So
Oh,
I
okay.
I
Yeah.
think you could go there for a couple days and definitely get away with it. But yeah, I think it's definitely it's a good thing, man. It's definitely I would recommend it to anybody that's in the space, especially doing content creation, for sure. So what's up, man?
Cool.
What's going on
Yes.
with you, man? What's the latest and greatest? You were talking about getting a house and moving and all kinds of stuff. What's the latest with you?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm still unpacking. I can't even find my cold wallet, my
Oh no.
crypto laptop. I'm still looking for it. Like it's around here somewhere. I just got so much stuff packed up. So I'm still in the
Uh,
process of unpacking because we moved to a new house as well once I got back. So it's a lot going on, but we here for Crypto Nightcap. This is top of priority. So let's jump into it.
There it is. Let's go ahead and give some shout outs in the chat, shall we? Mr. J's in there first. He's got the airplane going on. Blackie Chan, good evening. Hope everyone's had an amazing Monday. So far, not so bad. I'm getting my butt kicked on Trading Wars, though. I shorted, which looks great right now. I saw all the setup, but during the show, you got to close it out in an hour and a half. So that didn't work out too well for me. And I was going large because I was trying to have some fun. But that's all right. I'm still in the game. I got Crypto Face and Crow on Thursday, I think. So I'm going bags. I'm straight up all bag. I'm going in, all in from Jump Street.
All in,
Harp
all or nothing.
is it,
All or
man.
nothing.
I'm gonna go hard in the paint. All right, Harp's in there. He said, yo, bringing the heat. You know it. Caffeinated crypto. Alex, so crypto. My man FD White, Alexander G, best mod in the house. Thank you for being here. We truly appreciate you. Eric Wallen, how you doing, dog? And then Blackie Chan said he's gonna be there in 2025. Let's go, man.
Cool.
TradeFly Mile High Texan Club last. So I was on the plane last night. I was watching Lifer, and I was like, what would be funny is if I sent a Mile High super chat. And I was like, that's got to be a first. So yeah.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, let's get into some of the news here. Let's see what we got up first. And I think some of y'all already heard it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. We got the old Trumper pledging to fire SEC chair Gary Gensler on day one if reelected. And boy, that got a pop. I'll tell you what, he stopped and he was like, man, I didn't realize y'all didn't like him that much. And he was like, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to fire Gary Gensler on day one. And they went nuts, man. So, that's music to most of our ears. Basically, he's probably public enemy number 1 or 2, depends, how you look at it. I know Warren is very high up there as well. But that kind of leads us into some other news
on who might be coming in. Let me see if I can find this one. And do I still got it? Do I still got it? Maybe not. But one of the things I was looking at was Kamala's actual running mate. And so I have to find that now where it actually is. We'll get back to that one. But the running mate that she's actually looking at right now, highly against crypto. So not
Oh goodness.
ideal. But let's talk about the a little bit of what Trump, had to say. Okay, and Trump was talking about using Bitcoin actually as a reserve for the U.S., and that's big, big news. And not only using it as a reserve, but holding it. He was like, "I know you guys say one thing, and it's not to sell your Bitcoin." And he's basically saying the U.S. would do the same thing. Now, he didn't give a whole lot of details, but on the back end of that, uh, who was it that came in? It was Loomis. It was Senator
Senator
Cynthia
Loomis.
Loomis. So she came in and she said she's working on a bill right now, basically to set aside the country's existing holding of more than 200,000 Bitcoin and add to it until the U.S. builds to 1 million of the tokens, or nearly 5% of the supply, by converting excess reserves in the Federal Reserve System. So, that's one thing that I think is going to be a real work in progress, right? Because I don't know that they would successfully push that through right now, but it's good to see it. That's going to be good for price. I think ultimately a lot of what we're seeing is actually pretty bullish. And, most of what came out of the conference, obviously, this is Bitcoin 2024. We're going to hear mostly bullish stuff. But, Kennedy was very bullish on his stance as well. Matter of fact, I would say, in terms of between him and Trump, uh, I would say Kennedy was probably a little bit more bullish in some of the regulations and basically his strategy going into this game. Did you catch any of that, FD? Like basically what they were kind of
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah. What you got any thoughts
You
on it?
know, uh, yeah, RFK seems like he's a lot more privy. He's a lot more in tune to the markets. When I made a video a couple days ago on my channel talking about is Trump a wolf in sheep clothing? A lot of people don't want to hear that, but I don't think he is. It was just some clickbait. But it seems like somebody, like when he was driving to the conference, they like prepped him on what to say. Like, oh, say you're gonna fire Gary Gensler, and they're fanatical. They're gonna go wild. Just say these talking points. They gave him some talking points, and he went and said them, and then he everybody soaked it up. So
Yeah.
it was one of them things where the politicians, it's election time, it's election season, so they're going to say a lot of things, especially to garner all these votes. But I need to see some action. I need to see, if Trump comes in or whoever comes in, I want to see some action. But it does seem like RFK is really more in tune, more in depth with the market, and I think he seems like he's more of um he'll do it as opposed to just saying. I think he really believes in what he's saying as opposed to just trying to get these votes. But I think Trump will be good for crypto. I think RFK will be good for crypto. The other side, Kamala and whoever's running, they're trying to revamp or do this relationship with crypto. I have no idea what they're doing. They have
Yeah.
no idea what they're doing. So we have to see. We just have to see.
Yeah. Nothing was really said. They just want to reset with the crypto market, or crypto. Like what, I don't know what that means, but then if she brings on the running mate she was talking about, I gotta look that up now. It's driving me nuts. But if she brings him on, I mean, he was like anti-crypto, like through and through. So like that kind of is contradictory to what we're hearing right now. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, all in all, she was very quiet when it came to crypto. She did not talk about it very much. I do want to get a
Yeah.
special shout out to Chart Prime in the chat. Thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate that. You guys can catch a link down below. We got a 45% off of Chart Prime. I think it's the first month, but yeah, check that out. Chart Prime. That's the indicators that we're using mostly on this show, Piper Academy, and it's phenomenal. So you guys will see that in action when we get over to the TA. All right. Next up is gonna be Piper's favorite segment. All right. So Bitcoin price dips 4.5% as US government Bitcoin move raises new sell-off fears. So basically, as soon as Trump says, hey, we're going to use this as a reserve, there's a bill that could be hitting we'll say, be up for legislation here soon. All of a sudden, it's like the government's like, yeah, we got you, dog. And FD kind of like nailed it. It was kind of funny pre-show we were talking about, and he was like, yeah, man, they showed their hand too quick. you know?
Too quick. Yeah.
So,
Too quick.
yeah, and
You
you're
know, I
probably
think
right.
yeah, I think it was something. I don't know if it's like a tactic that they're doing or whatnot because they've moved it before and they haven't sold. So it's not one of them things that we're not new to or it's not we're not used to because they've moved Bitcoin before but just haven't sold it. So I don't know if this is something that is a reaction to what he said, but it's not a good look for the Democratic Party right now. Like if they do start to sell, if they I feel like if they see Trump really going to win, or if they see, because his numbers have been coming back down. I don't want to get too political, but we have to incorporate it all, for our
Yeah,
bags. I'm here for my bags to go to the moon. I don't know what y'all are doing. I want my bags to go to the moon. So I
that's
gotta
it.
incorporate all this information into it, whether I like it or not, and use that, to formulate my thesis. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't sell, but it'll get gobbled up. We might get, if they do seem to sell, it'll get gobbled up just like the Germany Bitcoin did. The Mount Gox is not really having too much of an effect right now. So it's one of the things we got to sit back and wait. And, if we do get another dip, it's a gift because we all know where it's going.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man, for sure. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into the market pulse. First up, we got the total market cap, which is sitting at 2.39 trillion. That is down 2% over the last day. Total market volume over the last 24 hours is 82.58 billion, which makes a 87.08% increase. That is probably one of the higher I've seen recently. I think I've seen 30 to like 50%, but 87 is up there pretty high. The Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 54.98%. That's a decrease of 0.7% over the last day. Fear and greed index is at 61, which is greed and trending down, it looks like. Bitcoin is fallen over the last 24 hours, down 3.57%. Ethereum is up 0.63% on the heels of the ETF. So that's still, I think, kind of what is holding that up. Solana is down 2.58%, but Solana has been a very big mover. I remember not too long ago, Solana was at about $123. So it's been a big mover here recently. BNB is down 2.85%. XRP is up 0.29% at 60 cents. I keep telling you, 60 cents seems to be that magic number for XRP. It loves being there. It's stablecoin now. Dogecoin, again, I'm joking with that. Dogecoin is number 8 and it is down 1.65%. Toncoin down 0.16%, and Cardano at number 10 down 2.24%. That's at 40 cents right now. You see that 40-cent area for Cardano quite a bit lately. Over to the economic counter, what do we have coming up here? July 30th, we got the JOLTS job openings, and Wednesday, July 31st, we got Fed interest rate decision. That's going to be a biggie. So mark that one on your calendars. You got the Fed press conference. We'll hear old Papa Powell say what he's got to say that day as well. All right. Just for you guys to be tracking S&P 500, there's going to be a lot of earnings reports coming out here. You got Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Tesla just had theirs, and obviously that wasn't very good. So just want to put that on your radar. If you guys are looking at stocks or any of the traditional TradeFly type stuff, keep this on your radar because that will have definitely an impact. I know that a lot of people are starting to talk about the market shifting a little bit and also saying that, yeah, the R word, people are starting to say that again too. So I would say we've already kind of been there. They did kind of change the metrics, we'll say, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I know that NASDAQ, S&P, they both hit all-time highs. So it's kind of logical that it cools off a little bit and pulls back. We'll see. We're not going to freak out yet. Some of your big movers, you got Boom up 3.7%. BSV is up 11.6%. That one is interesting. BTT is up 5.9%. Maker's up 6%. I remember talking about this last week as well. Maker's been just steadily kind of moving up. In terms of your movers to the downside, though, let's see here. Ordi's down, Bonk's down a little bit, Tao's down, all about 5 to 6% here. Popcat's down 9.1%. I know that's been a big mover here recently. WIF is down 6.1. HNT Helium is down 6%. And that's kind of your big movers. And nothing too crazy on the charts right now. I mean, Boom, I'd say that's kind of your biggest mover. Book of Meme. There you go. So that one is the big mover of the day, it looks like. Now, this is top 100 on Coinbase, so just keep that in mind as well. This is not all of the cryptos. Trying to keep it somewhat legible here for everybody. looking on the screen. Looking at the liquidation heat map, one thing I did talk about here earlier is some of the liquidity that's sitting above 70K, and that is people just taking leverage shorts right now based on getting up here. Once we start hitting this price, let's zoom out here. So, I mean, just I'll point this out before we do zoom out. Sorry about that. Your closest leverage right now, or sorry, liquidity is sitting down at 66,250. All right. So that is really the alligator closest to the boat. Don't be surprised to see it go down there and clear that liquidity out before we start making a move in a different direction. But let's go to the 3 month. I do want to look at that a little bit because there's something I want to point out here. Your hotspot, your hottest spot on the map, baby, is sitting here at about 72K. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. So you had the all time high, came up, pretty much a double top. And then that's where people really entered into some long positions. And those short positions got left behind. Okay. So price started moving down, but now price is really starting to work its way back up. If you're just looking at the liquidation heat map right now, this is kind of healthy climb up. So if this pullback is only because, that's just a nice bullish structure where it's going up, coming back, going off, no big deal, no, that's okay, right? But if the pressure is because maybe they actually are selling off, somebody will have to analyze, and look at the blockchain and see if that's realistic, that maybe the US really is selling off. It's not just a threat. Maybe they just took action on it really quick. I don't know. But there's things to be looked at here, and we'll probably look at the charts a little bit more and try to dive a little bit deeper to see what we can see on the charts. But again, 72K is a spot to definitely keep your eyes on. And the reason I point that out is because that is not the all-time high, right? So if it were to come up and grab this liquidity, we're still not setting an all-time high. So Maker gets his, I'm not gonna say everybody's happy, but at the same time, it also makes sense with looking at the structure right now for it to come up. So again, I'm not saying that's where it's going. I'm just saying where the liquidity is. And I got to be honest, a lot of times you'll see that liquidity or price action will chase the liquidity. Okay, so we're getting close. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to FD right now. He's going to start us off with a little bit of TA. And here we go. Over to you.
So I'm looking at Solana. Right now we were, like you said, we came down. You see my basketballs. That's where we bouncing at. That's my bounce areas. So like you said, we came down. We touched this. We got this liquidity down here at about 124, 125, give or take. And then we went on that run. We went on that massive run until now. So what I'm looking at right now, I just had this. Let's actually look in a little bit closer. I had this line drawn here. This is for Crypto Wars. I was just doing a short-term trade. We actually broke down from this. So we're testing that 180 to 182 dollar level. So what I don't want to see is, I don't want to lose this level. This is like, I'm really, really, really bullish on Solana long term, but I don't want to lose this level here, because then we're just going to come back down to this downward sloping trend line that we held. Let me go to the daily actually, because this is where we were bearish and then we broke up and we turned bullish. So we were in this downtrend over here. Let's actually do that. We were in this downtrend. We all got up. I think this was the cycle high so far at about 204, 205. Then we just started a downtrend, and we recently just broke back above this downtrend. So like I said, I don't want to come back below this red downward sloping trend line. If we come here and bounce, it'll be just a good macro retest in order to continue forward. So that's what I'll be looking at. Short-term trades, I'll be looking at, zooming into maybe the hour and then going from the top-down analysis from the hour to the 15 to the 5. But for the longer term, if you're looking to if you want to accumulate some more Solana, you probably have to just wait. If it comes back down to about this 167 area, hopefully it bounced there. We do have another bounce area at about 160. And then that's really it. Solana has been one of the darlings of the bull run. Solana is gonna move if the market starts to move. Once the market starts to get really, really, really bullish, be looking for Solana to easily break all-time highs and start to even 2, 3, 4x from there. So I'm really bullish on Solana, the whole Solana ecosystem. We just got to give it a little bit more time.
Right on. Cool, man. I got Bitcoin pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and talk through that a little bit here. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily, and Played the Great in the chat just now said bear div on the BTC daily. So let's go ahead and look at it. I would agree. And I talked about that a little bit on the show this morning on on Piper Academy. So price is going up. This is what he's talking about right here. Price is going up. RSI, or prime oscillator in this case, which is a RSI based oscillator, is going down and right. Okay, so that's what he's talking about when he's saying there's bearish divergence. Now it's a little bit more clear on the 4-hour, but here nor there, I just wanted to point it out because he made a comment in the chat. So looking at where we are with price, all right, so look at how important this value area high was. All right, you can see how hard it wicked off of the value area high. Now, this was one of the things I was looking at on the charts, and I'll be very transparent. When I was on Trading Wars earlier, I was looking at that. I was like, hey, cool, there's a little bearish divergence on the daily. I saw that as well. We came off of that value area high pretty hard, and then we got a little bounce. Now, what I was looking for when we came down and bounced off of this area right here, this support area, because earlier, you don't see it right now because it's on the daily, but earlier we got a bounce. Let me see if it shows it on the 4-hour. Let's go here real quick. Yeah, it shows it perfect, actually. You got to bounce off of it, right? What I was hoping for is that you come up, retest the point of control, and then get your movement to the downside. Unfortunately, it did pop up a little higher and then retested the area around 67.5 before it ultimately started its breakdown. So it is what it is. Missed out on that one. No biggie. I'd be in big profit right now if I was able to stay in that trade. But look at where we're finding a little support now. So coming down here, it looks like the 100-day or the 100 SMA on the 4-hour chart is acting as a little bit of support here. And let's see what that kind of lines up with. I always like to kind of look at it like from a horizontal perspective. So let's go ahead and draw a line just where we get a bounce, right? Because whenever you see a wick like that, that tells you that there is some buying pressure in that area. It doesn't mean it's ultimately going to hold up, but you always want to kind of cross-reference it to see like, okay, well, does that line up with anything on the chart? And it looks like it does. I mean, you had a big wick off of it here before, so somebody's generally interested in buying in that area. And then looking at it here, not too much. It looks like you had a little bit of a retest before it ultimately broke down. Did have a pit stop on the 4-hour there. It was resistance here. So, I wouldn't say that it's going to be a crazy strong area, but you do sometimes go back on the left on the chart and be like, okay, where was the support at? So areas that I'm interested in, if we're going to talk about like where can we go? Well, we kind of talked about this area, right? We had the dynamic reactor working up and right. It's a significant tool that's on Chart Prime. That is part of the premium package, but this thing is awesome. Somehow, some way, it just magically finds support and resistance all the time. Well, it just so happened that price action was moving back down, and there was an area of significant support that I've been tracking for a while, right? I have it underlined here. I had the arrow here because I was talking about all the confluence. And then I was telling you, hey, there was a retest here. We had support, retest, breakdown. All right. Tested it, flipped what was resistance into support, right? So that's a significant area for me. However, now we have the dynamic reactor working up and right. Well, you got to look at the trend. All right. So if your trend's going up and right, and dynamic reactors going up and right, and all the moving averages are moving up and right, you don't want to necessarily fight the trend per se. Okay. So what I would do is I would still be highly interested in this area, but now we're talking about a third retest. I would probably like to see something a little higher, right? So I would move it up maybe a little bit to where the dynamic reactor is, and I would be looking for some movement for continuation up and right, because what we've done here in the shorter term is we've set a higher high, right? So a higher high came up, higher high. And then now what you would like to see is a higher low. Now it could have, I'm not saying it didn't set it right here, but this is really where I would have a little bit more confidence. But I probably would have pulled this down, to be perfectly transparent, and looked somewhere a little bit lower. But that is what it is. So again, I would say somewhere 64.8 would be an area of interest. I'd mark it or set an alert. Very simply, you can just take a line like that. So if you're interested in it, let's say you are. Let's actually, what did I say? Let's look here. Right about 65, actually. So 65, and then set an alert. Very easy. All you do is click the little clock from your support range, which is this one right here. What you'll see is the clock will show up right there. That'll let you know that you have an alert set. Once it gets hit, it'll gray out. So pretty simple. That's an area I'm looking at for support. Obviously on the high side, 2021 high, it did actually break that, right? But we got that initial resistance that I was looking for. It came up, rejected off, 3% move down to the point of control. I don't like being under the point of control right now. I would like to get on the top side. So if you are looking for a long entry, price action continues to move up, then you want to see it come up here, do a little retest before it moves up and right. Really kind of like you saw here, right? I love these retests right here. That's what I look for. I don't get upset if I miss a move and it just continues just blasting off. Like, it is what it is. You'll just wait for the next one if you're a trader. All right. If you're looking for intraday or scalping, you just kind of wait for it. But this right here it played out beautifully, because remember, I drew this arrow right here before the price ever went up. All right. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, we can look for a rejection off the 2021 high because there's going to be a little resistance there. And then I was looking for a retest of the point of control. You also had the moving averages. So you had confluence as well as a support level, a horizontal level of support. So that's kind of what I would look for, in this case too, right? You want to see, some kind of confluence. You want to see that second retest really. But here's going to be the thing that you got to be careful of is, like, look at the way the RSI or the prime oscillator is trending down right now. All right. So that's a little scary for me. I'd be very careful of that. But if we do get up and we see that retest and you see a little turn of the prime oscillator where it's starting to make its way up and right, then that gives me a lot more confidence in entering a long position here from where the point of control is. So that's a couple things that I'm looking at on Bitcoin. FD, you got anything else that you want to cover? You got any other coins or tokens?
Put some more a little bit more on Bitcoin. Like, yeah, like you said, everything you said was perfectly pinpoint on point. Me,
You got
I'm
your chart up?
stepping back right now. Yeah, let me
Yeah, I'll pass it
let me
over
go
to
over
you.
to Bitcoin. Okay, cool. So, like, with Bitcoin right now, let's see if which chart is it. We only got a few more minutes. I'm really looking at a couple levels. Nope, that's not the one I'm looking at. And this is how I'm gauging where we are in the market. So we have the range low, range high, and then we have my levels right here. I'm keeping it. So right now in this stage of the cycle, I'm not really trying to day trade like that. I'm only looking at macro levels, and that's what I'll trade, macro levels, and then I'll go heavier on the trade. So I'm looking at, of course, we're looking at this 67 K area. Then we have this 64K area. 60. I got 64.3, 64.4. So it's basically a little bit of confluence of what you said. And then we have our range low. So as long as right now we're above 64, 65K, I'm content. We're right in the mid or the top of the range between 67 and 72. I'm not getting super bullish on any altcoins. I'm not holding any long-term altcoins. I'll get in a trade, I'll get out of a trade, not scalping, but if I see some type of bearishness, I'll get out. I'm not holding right now, trading wise, until we break that 72K area, that range high up here. Like you said, 72 is the line that we're looking for. 73 seems like it was just like, we just went up there, some, got real emotional, went up there. But 72 and some change is really the area that I want to see break. Once we break that, we might just blast through it, or we might come back down, hold it as support. Then that's when I'll start to open my mega longs in some of these altcoins, because now I know the bull market is continuing. Right now we're just ranging. We've been ranging for months. 60K and 72K. I told everybody in
February.
my community before the bull run started, we're going to be ranging in huge ranges. It's going to shake you out. It's going to mess with your emotions. Put them emotions to the side. Until we break out of these huge ranges, it's really nothing to be said unless you're like day trading or scalp trading like that. So 72, we break 72, I'm happy again. And then I'll start to look for those crazy longs again, where you can have life-changing wealth in the one trade. And it's coming. It's coming.
So here's a question for you, like, and I'm gonna go do over Cam for this one. But what's your thoughts? Like, is that where you're gonna start taking profits when we start getting up to all-time highs again? Or are you gonna try
Oh,
to let this thing kind of play out? Because one of the conversations I've been having with people, and they're like, "Well, what's your exit strategy?" Because that's a really important part of the piece of this. And I'll be honest, I'll be like, "I'm out, all-time high." Like, I don't even care. I'm all-time high. I'm out. And they're like, well, why? We got so much more room to run. And I'm like, that's cool, because what's it gonna do? It's gonna come back down and retest that area of resistance, flip it into support, and then you can get back in. Now, it's a game, right? It depends on how long you've been in. I think you've been in, some of your trades a little bit longer. So what are you gonna pay on taxes, right? You're gonna pay long term.
yeah.
So the juice is probably
Yeah.
worth the squeeze in your case. Like, yeah, you're gonna lose a
Yeah.
little bit of that profit, maybe, But you know, I don't know, man. That's for me. I'm gonna sit back, kind of relax at the all time high, and just like let's take a breath. Let's see what this puppy does, and then you know I'll wait
Yeah.
for it to come back down, and then get back in. Unless this thing goes parabolic, and you know sometimes you just like
Yeah.
whoops.
So a lot of
But
yeah. A lot of my trade, like a lot of my my swing, my trades, and then my investing portfolio is different. So my investing portfolio, because I started out as just a buy and hold. I bought in 2020 and early 2021. I haven't sold anything. Like some of them went up. Like I had one coin last bull run. It went up 6 figures. Now it's at like $8 or something like that. So I'm not round tripping
yeah,
no more. I'm not
yeah,
doing anything like that no more. I do expect Bitcoin to go like 90, 100, 120. If we get to up to like 120, I'm starting to scale out heavy, heavy, heavy. Over 100, I'm starting to scale out a little bit heavier because I can't round trip. I can't round trip
yeah.
again. It really, really, really was one of them things where I was, I was walking around, sunglasses on all day. I'm looking at my portfolio. I'm feeling good, feeling cool. And then November, December, then 2021 came, 2022 came, and I just, being a newbie, I just let them all go down, listening to
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of YouTubers saying it was going to this astronomical
100K,
numbers,
Plan
not taking
B.
profits, and just not using my own. That's why I encourage everybody to do their own due diligence as well. Use YouTubers, use influencers, use TA. It don't matter who the top TA guy is. Use them as confluence to your own
Mm-hmm.
strategies, your own analysis, and then you won't be able to blame it on people, because I was blaming everybody. I was blaming the world. Like, but then I really failed to realize that it was all my fault. And now, with that experience, I try to give my community, that type of experience. But it's hard, man. Emotions is hard,
It
trading is
is. It is.
hard, and investing is really just like long-term trading for real. Like if you want to be real, you know what I mean? Because when it's time to hit that sell button and you think it could go up another 5x, that's the hardest thing you can do, man. Hit that sell button. I'm trying to tell you, hit that sell button. There will be more opportunities. You don't
You
want to
ain't
round
never
trip.
go broke taking profits, dude. Never.
Never,
Never. So that's
never.
when I came in, one of the things that I was reading a lot when I first started was, the psychology of the market. And the minute you put on the glasses and you start dancing, that's probably the minute you should start thinking about profits. And
Oh yeah.
that's one of the things like they kind of talked about. But honestly, it was like protect your money. Rule number one was protect your money. And I took that
You know
serious.
what?
Like,
Yeah. Euphoria is real.
yeah,
Euphoria is
no doubt.
very, very real. Like 2021, man, I my phone wouldn't stop ringing. We had the celebrities in it. Everything was going parabolic, man. But now we see what happened. And hopefully we can use the past to guide us in the future.
You know what's scaring me? I'm starting to see the damn blue laser eyes. That's I'm like,
I think
no,
we
no.
still got some time, man. Cause really we're only like in the third year of the, or the one, two. Well, if you go by the 4-year cycle, this would be like equivalent to 2020. So we still not even in the parabolic year. But the way things are going right now in the whole world, I don't even know if we're gonna make it that far. So I'm gonna start taking profits earlier. I do think we're gonna go parabolic earlier than expected, but I'm going to start taking profits earlier than that 4-year cycle, because I think the 4-year cycle may not be broken, but it's not. It's hanging on a hinge, So we'll
Yeah,
see though. I don't try to make predictions anymore. I just try to be prepared. That's the number one thing. Predictions, preparation over predictions. P over P. Preparation over prediction. If you don't take anything from this video, I could talk all day about this, but preparation over predictions, man. Because when you have these predictions and you have these price points that you want them to get to and they don't get to, you're gonna hold your bag, you're gonna round trip it, and you don't
there
want
it
to do
is,
that.
man.
Trust me.
I'll tell you what, a little bit of alpha got spitted tonight. That's for darn sure. Hey, got a couple of people in the chat, man. LBC's in here. What's up, my dude? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Hey, he's going to be on by Piper Academy. He's going to be the morning show. I think that's coming soon. Him and Blackie Chan are going to be getting after it. So,
LBC.
yeah, tune in for that. Wave Gang, throw him in. Then my buddy, I got a buddy. Sorry, dog. I'm gonna dox you. I'm gonna dox you hard here. Crypto Squid. His name is Carrie. That's my dude, man. He's actually been following me since like day like one of my channel. So much appreciated. Thank you for being here, dude. Thanks for showing up. We actually still talk on the phone sometimes, honestly, which is super cool, right? As a dude I met like just from the chat, and now like we have like actual friendship, which is super dope. Amy Lives Crypto, thank you for being here too. She is an absolute genuinely great person. So If you guys get a chance to meet her, she's awesome. And then Dave Digital's in here. What's up, brother? How you doing? My man. Let's see. And that I think
Hey, man, shout
was,
out to Alexandria G.
yeah.
Every stream I'm in, within our circle, man, she's in there. She's commenting. She's making sure everything is going good, man. Wherever you're at in the world, I appreciate you. Like, we really
She's
appreciate you. You
SoCal,
are
bro.
amazing. I just wanted to let you know.
She's near me.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You are amazing. So thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for all the comments, the likes. You're amazing.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna deliver a care package. I'm gonna reach out to Piper. We're gonna get her some swag or something. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's going down. She'll say no, but we're doing it. I don't care what you say. Right on. Well, cool, man. Anything you want to say to the people on the way out? Keeping it quick.
Yeah, we just thank you for coming. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to Piper Academy, and we will be back same time tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Crypto Nightcap, just the beginning.
Oh, check this out. Retro Mike sending a $5 super chat. That is much, much appreciated, man. I actually met Mike. I don't know if you remember, but I did meet you this weekend. Hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks for swinging by. It's truly, truly appreciate that. Clay the Great, my man. Little shout out for you as well. C90 for the win. He's a regular over here. But yeah, I think we're about to bounce here. But go ahead. One thing I do want to point out is FD's page here. Let's see if I got it up here. There it is. Boom. Check out FD on Twitter. Make sure to follow him. Help us grow. We appreciate that. Like you said, like and subscribe also would be awesome. Here's my channel or my Twitter page as well. Go ahead and give me a follow if you don't mind. That would be much appreciated. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I think there was some definite alpha that got spitted here at the tail end, which was super cool, man. Have an exit strategy. Start working through that plan. Start thinking about that. Think about where you're going to get out. And then, when are you going to get back in? I mean, you can think about that too. Like I said, all-time high, I'm going to get out. Let it come down, retest it at support. I'll probably get back in, so... have that plan in your head, how you're going to go through it. And that takes out a lot of the emotion when you guys are starting to get into some of these trades. Trade Intuition, what's up, brother? How you doing? Joe, my man, he put up a good fight today on Trading Wars. Dude, I was hoping you were going to take that at the end, but it is what it is. But it's awesome having you on, dude. Super, super cool to see you on there. You did a great job. It's super hard to trade in an hour and a half. So, Blackie Chan finally followed me. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. My man, he's on the show, by the way. He was on the show, and I was like, cool. And I had him followed already, and I got his Twitter information. I was like, this fool ain't even follow me. What's going? as long as I've been going back and forth with Blackie Chan, so it's all good.
You know what? I seen that episode, and he said he's not on there so much, so we're not gonna can't hold him accountable.
That's what he says. That's what he says. So Flat Smack, he said he got never sale diamond hands. All right, man. Hey, to each their own, baby. I mean, if you want to hold, you can. It worked out for the Mount Gox people. That's for darn sure. They're sitting pretty right now. So cool. All right, we got to bounce. Got to keep this short. Went a little long today, but we really, really appreciate you guys. Y'all take care. God bless. We're out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.